Good morning. It's Monday again, the start of a new week. And of course, you're welcome to Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network. Nigeria Now is a show where we talk about some stories on the front pages of the newspapers each day. On today's edition, we're having Mr. Adebayo Fajimi analyze some stories this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Happy New Week.
Same here.
All right, we start from the Daily Trust newspaper. The banner headline there is Osinbajo notifies Buhari of presidential ambition. We have three riders. The first, why VP shelved today's meeting with APC state chairman. The second, Tinubu's ambition RCCG's memo put Osinbajo in tight corner. And the third says president not averse to VP's ambition, and that's on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Of course, we've been waiting for this moment, and now it is here. How do you react to the story?
Well, my reaction is going to be somehow. So, and I don't want to be irrational.
Okay.
Its notification is not yet official because it's according to a spokesperson, Laulu Akande says whatever his position is concerning the presidency for 2023 that is going to be communicated officially. So the report we have so far is just from sources. It is not official notification to President Muhammadu Buhari. But even having said that, so it is his right as a citizen, and he has what it takes. He has the requisite qualities to contest. He has the right to vote and to be voted for in Nigeria. So even with all this speculation, so we still need to wait for him to communicate to us officially that he wants to contest for presidency come 2023.
All right, I totally agree with you on that one. That's on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. From the very top, we see Buni to preside over APC convention as bigwigs move to vacate court order. That's on page 14. On page 22, imports mixed reactions as CBN banks ready for price verification system. Besides the pictures of the day, manufacturers lament as diesel hit 720 naira per litre. That's on page 7. And ASU may declare indefinite strike today. That's coming from an official. Of course, that's on page 4. And Obasanjo says I ran away from Arabic school for fear of Koboko. The article is on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. We move over to the Blueprint newspaper. Of course, the banner headline there is APC crisis. Court holds party convention indefinitely. March 26th date shaky. 4 riders, the first, Buni still in charge, returns soon. The second, zoning to be decided after governor's meeting with Buhari in London. And the third rider says, party to sue Tambuwal Obaseki autumn over defection. And then the last rider says, ruling party arrogant in failure, coming from PDP. That story is on pages 5 and 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. Just a week before now, we spoke about the APC convention date, and we spoke about how soon could we have it, how legit is the March 26th date. And I remember you saying that it has to be on March 26th. If it's later than that, then it's a cause for concern and worry for APC party. Now we're seeing this headline saying the date is a bit shaky. What's your opinion on this?
Yes, the date is a bit shaky because of the litigations. A lot of litigations, that has been in the party before now. If you could recall, since last year, there are a lot of litigations based on the grievances of party members and the postponement of the of this convention we're talking about. So like 2-3 times. So this may really affect the convention. So but if for any reason the party is not able, because this litigation have been filed by grieved member, by those who are not satisfied. But if for any reason the convention is postponed again, I'm telling you, it's going to compound the problem that is going on in the party at the moment. So but if they can manage the situation where and try to placate these members, of course they are within them. They can speak with them, try to console them, and try to look for how to better do things and drop all these things. So if those people say okay, they are no more filing litigation, they are dropping it, of course all will be well, and they will go into the convention. But if for any reason this convention is postponed again, I'm telling you, it's going to compound the problem they have, and it may limit their chances in winning election come 2023, and it's going to further affirm and attest the insinuation and the speculation Nigerian people have been having that APC never prepared to win election beyond 2023. That they only prepare to win election for President Muhammadu Buhari. But it behoves them, to prove everybody wrong that, oh, what you guys are saying is wrong.
All right, we do wait for the March 26th. I think it's just around the corner.
Yes.
In 2 weeks' time. So that's on page 6. And then we see Malagi boosting Niger's APC visibility. Unity ahead 2023. Malagi says boosting Niger APC's visibility. Unity ahead 2023. That's on the front page of Blueprint newspaper. And then we see Oyetola committed to regular salary pension payment. That's on page 13 of the Blueprint newspaper. We see other headlines just under the Blueprint newspaper right there. You can just grab yourself a copy and read about them. And from the very top, Garki Hospital Convention, 703 NISA staff, 42,627 NHIS, FHIS enrollees, fate uncertain. That's on page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. On the Nigerian News Direct, we see something from Osun State talking about Oyetola, the emblem of true democracy. We know that Governor Oyetola and the things that have been happening in that state for now, some of them have come to the newspaper on the front pages of the newspapers. What is your take on this headline, the emblem of true democracy, referring to Governor Oyetola?
Yeah, so far so good. I would say, despite his non-political visage, as a technocrat and his managerial skill, I want to give it to him so far that he has done incredibly well in terms of giving dividends of democracy to the people of Osun State, especially my town, because I remember there was a road that has been constructed. I think before my mother even got married, and that road has been abandoned, and it's a very strategic road. It did it now. It did it, and if you go to the states today, and even some other cities in the states, there are road channels. The guy is really, the man is really doing well to ensure that people really have enjoy and access to dividends of democracy. So I'm really giving in to him, on that. Hoping that it's not going to drop the ball if eventually he wins second time. But so far so good now. The man is still doing well.
All right, that story, of course, is on the back page of the Nigerian News Direct paper. From the banner headline, there is mining industry, 2,000 companies owe federal government 2.7 billion naira, and that's coming from NATI. That statistics, of course, is on the page 3 of the Nigerian News Direct paper. We'll move over to the Punch newspaper. From the very top, Gencos disagree with TCN over outages, blame weak transmission. That's talking about power on page 25 of the Punch newspaper. Talks with Labour on fuel subsidy removal ongoing. Coming from the federal government, we won't make gunpoint negotiations with ASU, says government. That's on page 12 of the newspaper. And then NDLEA traces 4.2 billion naira to Abba Kyari co-accused account. That's also on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Let's talk about education for a bit. According to this headline, it's saying government says we won't make negotiations on gunpoint negotiations, basically, with ASU. I know this has happened over the years, and we've had this back and forth with ASU and everything. But what do you make of this statement from the government saying they will not hesitate because of what is happening at this point, coming from the threats and the sanctions and everything from all the quarters, especially from ASU?
Talk is cheap, especially for our government. So they like talking. So, and we have seen them doing the talking all over time. So we do this, but we never see them, putting all this into action. So it's not about the talk. It is the action that makes things happen. So whatever they said they want to do, let's wait and see what they're going to do, because you and I know, because I remember when I was in the university, I know the number of times, as we went on strike, and the number of days I stayed at home, and I'm very sure you will have had your own bite. Mm-hmm. So it is recurrent. So now telling us again that they are not going to make going point, agreement with ASU. I don't believe in whatever they are saying, but whatever they say they want to do. So let's just wait and see how events going to turn out. All
right. The banner headline on the Nation newspaper is APC chair pressure mount on Buhari to drop Adamu. And of course, the writer says El-Rufai Masari off to London in consultation mission. Buni returns Wednesday with nod to take charge. On the banner headline, of course, on the Business Day newspaper is 2023 election, Nigeria's digital infrastructure faces biggest test. And that's it on Nigeria Now for today. Thank you so much, Mr. Adebayo, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And of course, you always know you can always, stay updated on happenings in Nigeria and across Africa. That's our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. Our social media platform is at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure you're engaged and just stay updated on happenings everywhere. My name is Merciful Ajinimo. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow.